of that. Let me allow some people are joining. Yeah. So it is energetic vibrational universe. This suggests that the all reality is fundamentally an ocean of vibrating energy. It is not a concept. It is the truth. It is a higher truth. But higher truth what we need to realize through it is possible through realization through our own sadhana. We can connect to that dimension. I will talk about the dimension little later. But in that, but everything is basically the vibration and the frequency and the energy, and energy has the characteristic it expressed as a vibration. So everything in the universe is basically the vibrations of and different kinds of frequencies. We'll come to that. What forms that? All right. So now so everything from matter of atoms, thoughts, emotions operates on a specific frequency. By consciously aligning your personal frequency, you can harmonize with that. Means that's how it is, and the basic concept of how it is defined that everything is energy. So it is all, whether it is any kind of waves or any kind of matter, all are basically energy, and they're having their own, independent oscillation or vibration. And the great scientist Albert Einstein, he already proved the energy mass equivalence, E is equal to mc square, his formula. So it shows that the mass can be converted into energy and vice versa. So they are not a different thing. So basically the mass is one form, the matter, the physical matter is one form of energy, more condensed form of the energy. And also there are something which is beyond materialistic world. And so that is also can be defined in the vibration, like every thought, every feeling. So they have a unique energetic signature. And high vibrations and low vibrations, we feel differently. We'll come to that little later. But what we understand is everything is energy, including the physical world. But energy is not limited to the physical world only. It is also expanded to every thought, emotion, on any other waves. All are vibration, all are frequencies. Yeah, anything is matter. Anything is in the universe. They are comprising of the vibration, their energy and the comprising of the vibrations. Yeah. And energetic universe combined with this energetic vibrational universe, when say about it, it is true in the scientific principles way. Also, it is true from the spiritual understanding point of view. Not everything is accessible physically, but it is like all the masters, spiritual masters from thousands of years, they have explained, and it is well understood, what are the things, and the different vibration and the vibrational nature. Later in the science, like Nikola Tesla and all, they proved it. Like as I say, Einstein have the energy mass equivalence formula derived at. All those things happened later. But fundamentally, there is no contradiction that our universe is like comprising of the different kinds of energy and the vibration. So, and here also, I like to just touch upon quickly that few fundamental things about the energy, like when energy goes into okay, let me put it in this way. The energy, this comprising of different spectrum, like a frequency can be many things. It is actually infinite. 0.00001 hertz to 0.01 hertz to 1 hertz to 10 to 100, then 1,000, then 10,000, then 100,000, 1 million, and so on and so forth. So both sides, they are infinite. So what is the spectrum of this frequency? It is basically infinite. It's all possible, So there is no such thing called that the limited, the how much is the vibration. Only with respect to something, we can say this is higher and this is lower. How much lower it can go to infinite, how much higher it can go to infinite as well. Yeah. Also, energy has another principle that I think the energy neither cannot be created, neither destroyed. Energy only can be transferred from one form to another. Yeah, that is the fundamental principle. So in that sense, the sum total of all the energies are same. It is eternal. Like it is eternal. It is infinite, but as well as eternal. It is the energy is not adding, not reducing, only changing forms. I'm just giving the basic understanding. There is another things also the physical universe. The physical energies are very limited. What we things understand in the physics, those are some heat and light and all those kind of things. So those are limited, but beyond that, there are many types of energies. As I said, the thoughts are some kind of energy, electromagnetic waves, feelings, and the different kinds of, those are all basically constitute of vibration and energy. Any energy is, reflected as a vibration. So now we'll go into little bit of understanding little more into that. Okay, before go to the personal one, like PEVF, let us also few other things so far as the being is concerned, we are living being. Yeah. So there are two major principles of the energy which the being we can operate through. Like there are some energy principles or laws. Yeah. What are those? One is that somebody wants to join. Okay, so one is that whenever we focus, we give our attention, energy flows there. That is this kind of energy. Any higher dimensional energy, or what are the dimensions? I'll come a little later. Any kind of energy we can transfer. Being, we are a living being. Any living being or every higher being, they can transfer energy only by intention or focus. Energy flows there. Okay, so that is one principle. Another principle is called the law of attraction. Law of attraction is that if you wanted to attract some energy or you wanted to understand a particular vibrational envelope, we call it domain. What are the domains? I'll come a little later. Different domains are there. As initially I mentioned, the possibility wise, the vibrational spectrum is infinite. Lower side, any kind of low frequency possible, any kind of high frequency possible. But we can take a certain segment of that. We call it envelope or domain. So that domain, it can be divided into different kinds of frequency bandwidth. Yeah. So law of attraction says, if you wanted to understand a particular, domain, what is happening, what you need to do, you need to match with the vibration of that domain, then you will understand, then you will see. Whatever we call as a reality, like on planet Earth, this three-dimensional reality, it is also a one particular vibrational domain. All of us, we are operating here. That's why we understand, we can see things, we can hear things, we can do things, because all of them, they are giving signals into this vibrational domain, this limit. We know that we learned in the physics, the Vibgyor, the spectrum is there for this. But if you see the electromagnetic wave spectrum, there are many, almost infinite there. We call it infrared, and which is beyond our visual thing, we call ultraviolet. Basically, they are beyond our range. Same with the sound, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So that is the sound we can able to hear or physical ear, but it does not mean that above 20 hertz, 20,000 hertz or below 20 hertz, the sound does not exist. They do. Only we cannot catch them. If you change through some instrument or anything, our physical instrument has also some limitation. You can go to certain higher, but beyond that, physical instrument cannot work. So you have to go to other method to go to that kind of vibrational level to catch those signals. Then you will understand what is happening there. So I'm just giving you the idea, concept, how it is done. So we can access different vibrational domain. Only thing what you need to do is you have to match with that vibration. Then only we'll understand, that what is happening there. If our envelope does not match with that envelope, then we'll not understand. There is no bandwidth, common bandwidth, so that interaction can take place. We'll not understand. That's why many dimensions, whatever the things are happening, we don't know, because our own vibration does not match anything of that with that envelope. Simple. Okay, that's why. All right, so this is the fundamental few things I just wanted to just explain. So just to come back to the original one. So it is a vibrational universe. Everything is energy and vibration. Even the physical matters, they are condensed form of energy, E is equal to mc square. So those are all, everything is this thing. So now energy and vibration. For many people, there is some common confusion here. Let me understand it. They say that, okay, energy we can understand. Electromagnetic wave, sound, we can understand. Because the vibration we understand. Yeah. But the physical matter, it is steady, stable. It is not moving. So from where the thing is coming? The vibration is coming. Okay. To understand that, just for understanding purposes, I'm just explaining. Whatever the matter, physical matter you find, whether it is moving, stable, does not matter. Whichever the state it is. Yeah. It contains the molecules, or finally atoms, and atoms has some nucleus and moving electrons around it, no matter what type of matter it is. So if speed of those electrons are huge. So in that kind of spinning, what is happening, so it will generate some kind of vibration for sure. And it is based on that, the electrons sometimes change their orbit and they release or absorb energy. So that is there. So even if visually for something is looking stable, steady, it does not mean that they are not vibrating. They do. Okay. It is possible, as I mentioned, the spectrum-wise, the vibration may not be visible. That's possible. Because our visual spectrum is not very high either. That is possible, but everything is vibrating. Everything is vibrating, and the fundamental reason for the matter, waves we understand. Wave has some frequency, everybody understands. But the matter is also vibrating because it is contents of that. Even the human body, it's all biological cells, and each cell is constituted of molecules, and that molecule contain atoms, and the electron, proton, neutron. Okay. And those electrons are spinning, and that's why there will be some inherent vibration, fundamental vibration of each molecule. So whatever is collecting so many, trillions of molecules will also be vibrating. Some kind of resultant vibrations will be, coming out of that. It is just to give you that understanding. I hope it is there. Up to here, it is clear. Yeah. Okay, so now you understand another thing about the vibration. When vibration goes higher, when you start with something like basic value. So higher means the frequency is going high. So if it goes the higher frequency, then there are certain characteristics happens. Those characteristics are, if it is higher, they become even lighter. Lighter means that it can feel light. And it is expansive. It feels expanded. Like higher, I'm explaining now the characteristics of vibrational shift. If it is going higher, then you feel lighter, you feel expanded, and things like that. And if it is from wherever you are, if you reduce the vibration, lower the vibration, then it feels heavy and it is contracted, like it is opposite of expansion. It feels like I'm just, constricted, enclosed thing, suffocating. So that is the kind of shift happens. Another thing happened in the spiritual level to understand that going higher frequency, taking you towards the pure love. And going down the vibration, I'm just giving basic principles so that you can understand many things, what we're going to explain, how it works. And if you are lowering the vibration, you are going more towards fear, which is not love. Okay? So we are made of pure love. I explained many times we are Prem Sarupa. So we are higher means it is taking us towards the love, taking us towards the truth, taking us towards the creator and things like that. And if we reduce the vibration, we are going just opposite direction. We are going away from the creator. We are going away from love, which is fear. We are feeling heavy. We are feeling contracted. Constricted. Yeah, things like that. We feel like we are in a jail. And more higher we go, we like more and more freedom. We can go anywhere, run anywhere. Even go higher, we can feel like we can fly, truly. And it is expansive space we can fly off. Like if that is a characteristics of the higher vibrations. Okay. If you understand up to here, so now let us come into the understanding of this universal energetic, vibrational universe. So let us see what scripture has written. I will talk about, because there are there's not many, but in Hinduism, like a Veda, there is some Vedic scripture. They define something called different dimensions. Okay. Dimensions, or in Sanskrit, they call loka. And in Veda, there are 14 lokas have been defined. I will just read them. Okay. So, to understand, just now I explained about the higher vibration, lower vibration. So, to understand which is higher dimension, which is lower dimension, we have to start our planet Earth, this dimension, three-dimensional plane, as the basis, like reference, because that's where we live, that's where we operate from. Anything higher in the vibration, call it higher locus. Anything less frequency than our earth plane is called the like a lower dimension and higher dimension with respect to earth, with respect to this three-dimensional plane, but we are there. So basically what I'm saying is, what is higher there? Higher is the vibration. And if something is, this lower dimension, lower in what? Lower in vibration. If you go higher in the higher dimension, that means you will go that all this characteristic, you feel lighter, you feel expanded, you go more towards love, experience love, universal love. And if you go down, then you more feel like a heaviness, you feel like you are in a jail kind of thing, and you be operating by fear, you'll be easily controlled by fear and things like that. That is operating principle. So that is how it is. But now let me read. I have just taken what are the name of 14 loka and their characteristics. I will just read it for you so that you understand. Understand that basis is our present one, our art plane, which is called Bhuloka. So let me read them. What is the things? So in the higher world, or it is called Urdha Lokas in the Veda. So Bhuloka is our current one. It's an earthly plane where humans and other mortal creatures reside. That is Bhuloka. Then above that is Bhuvar Loka. It is atmospheric space between earth and the sun, inhabited by semi-divine beings. So that they call Bhuvar Loka. Okay. And then above that is called Savarloka or Swarga. Swarga. That is heavenly paradise, of Indra and king of gods. Who is the king of God? That is that the Sarga Lok is controlled by Indra. There is a, Devraj Indra, he controlled that. Anyway, this is I'm giving the reference from the Vedas, but understand as a different dimension. The Bhuloka is the art plane, then Bhuvar Loka, the next higher one. That one, beyond that is a Sarga, Swar Loka or Swarga. Okay, beyond that is called Maharloka. Maharlok, it is the realm of the greatest rishis, sages and enlightened beings. Then beyond that is Jnana Loka, is a dwelling place of Brahma and enlightened mind-born sons. Okay, it's a domain of Brahma. Beyond Jnana Loka is a Tapa Loka. Tapa Loka is a realm of sages and ascetics who practice instant spiritual austerities. Tapa Loka, by extreme, ultimate tapas, like a sadhana, it can go there. And the topmost one is called Satta Loka. Satta Loka or Brahma Loka. It is the highest realm where the creator resides. It is the ultimate destination and liberated souls free from rebirth. So that is a Satta Loka. Okay. So I just read them again from Bhuloka and above. First is Bhuloka, then Bhuvar, then Swarga, Swarloka, then Maharloka, Jnana Loka, Tapa Loka, and Satta Loka. Okay, these are the 7 dimensions above. Okay, so and then which are the lower worlds, or the higher one is Urdhva Lokas and lower one is called Patal Loka. Or lower worlds. So beneath that, these are 7 subterranean realms, often described as the places of the, these are also, by the way, this lower loka also, operated by the desires, material wealth, and things like that. And those are all spiritual in nature. Means if you go above, those are spiritual, and more down you go, those are materialistic. Okay. So, and this is then okay. Let me read it for you. Just below the Bhuloka, that is called Atal Loka. It is a realm ruled by Ashura Bala, known for illusions and mystic powers, and they are doing a lot of tricks or magic or thing like that, create illusions. Yeah, Atala Loka. Next, below that is Vitala Loka. It's a region where God Shivas reside with consort Parvati to protect the universe. This is as per the Veda. Next, below is Sutala. Sutala Loka is a golden realm of Daitya king Bali, known for his devotion to Lord Vishnu. So, below that is Talatal Loka, the domain of the demon, architect Maya, where the magic and illusion blend reality. So it's everything is there is an illusion for the Maya. Below that is Mahatal. Mahatal Loka is a deep, quiet kingdom of multi-headed serpent races called Nagas. So you can also say this is Naga Loka. Mahatal. So it is operated by serpents. So that is that Lok, Mahatal. Below that is called Rasatal. Rasatal Loka is a dark realm populated by furious demons and adversaries of gods. Who doesn't like believe in God, and they create on the dark realm, and they create all this kind of fighting and all these things. Those demons, they're Rasatala. And the lowermost is Patala Loka, the lowest and deepest subterranean terranean realm, inhabited by the also Nagas and ruled by Vasuki. So that's what is written there. And So that is also Patala. So that is the lowest form. Anyway, so these are the 14-1. So let me just brief once again that only difference between these dimensions are the vibrational domain. So from Bhulok or from Earth plane, when you go higher levels, that means higher in vibration. And if you want to go down into all the 7 lower dimensions, because they keep lowering the vibration, you will be able to access there. So that is the kind of thing. And there are many, scriptures. They mention many characters. They can operate from multiple domains they can travel from one domain to another very easily. Even Hinduism, it is one of such, the multidimensional being is a Narad Muni. Narad Muni can go in all these dimensions as per will. Anyway, so just basically, whoever can travel between interdimensional travel is just changing your frequency and you will be there. Yeah. Okay, if you shift from this, whatever written in Vedas or scriptures, if you just understand the so-called modern science, then these ETs, extraterrestrial, they use this technology. There are a lot of ET ships, ET beings around. Why we don't see them? Because they operate from a different vibrational reality, different vibrational domain. So we cannot see them. Even though they come and go, we cannot see. And they are also the higher level of characteristic. Lighter you go, that kind of faster you can travel. The higher dimensions, they move. They say the faster than light. And so that's the kind of dimension they belong. We cannot even imagine what is the characteristic it can happen. So basically, it is very easy. So suppose we wanted to make. I'm bringing a like ET ship. I like no normal human being can see that. So I just change the vibration of those. So whatever vibration it is emitting, so it will be, it will vanish. Simply, it will exist there, but nobody can see that. So that is the kind of thing, vibrational reality. And ET and all, they have many other higher technologies to make them invisible. Like some of them, I'm just giving you some idea. Think like that. But what they do to camouflaging technology? Camouflaging technology means what? Like suppose one big extraterrestrial ship is moving, and they create some plasma screen in front of them. Suppose this is Earth, they are traveling here and they are creating one screen there. Just think like that. One camera is being faced on the top side, means they can taking photograph of the sky. And that projection, they are putting it on this plasma screen below. So if somebody is looking from the bottom, on the ground, they will see the sky only. They cannot see that ET ship, extraterrestrial ships from. So they have the technology. They can camouflage themselves. Simply they put whatever is normally you see the sky, same thing they will project in the screen, in front of them, and at the backside of it will travel very easily. You cannot see them. Anyway, so there are many such things, many sub technologies and all. So even the extraterrestrial, their operating vibrational things are different. See, you might have heard some psychic abilities, some masters, they have some, by spiritual sadhana, psychic abilities. They have just they have developed the ability to catch the information in another frequency domain. As for example, thought reading, how one can read a thought. They can go to the level where the thoughts operate. There's the electromagnetic vibration. The signature is there. They catch that signature and they're able to decode that. And that's why they understand what is a thought. In fact, just to share you the fact that all higher dimensional beings, they need not to come and talk verbally. And they communicate through the thought reading. That it can send it to an infinite distance, just the thought. That is thought reading. A communication is possible without any telecommunication device, because both the parties, they need to have that kind of vibrational spectrum when they can receive the thought and they can easily understand who is sending, what is the message, and they can reply also in the similar domain. The thought readings are very much possible, but these are the higher dimensional characteristics. Okay. All right. I think this is enough of this universal energetic vibrational universe part of it. Let me go into the personal level. But that we have the real impact of that in our life, in our experiences, in our sadhana, in our spiritual experiences, everything. Yeah, all these are our personal thing. Let us understand that. So let me see whatever the topic I have given, points. Okay, energetic vibrational nature of the universe, I just explained. Primordial energy that created beings in the universe. Okay, let me just quickly touch upon that. So if you talk about the originally, when the beings are created, say human beings are created. Now let us not confuse with ETs and other stuff. Human beings are created originally, that it has been created by two fundamental primordial energy, and that is called love and light. And it is a light of awareness. It is not a physical light. It is not a light bulb or something. It is a light of awareness, and it is the pure love. Or it is also explained as a divine masculine and divine feminine. In Hinduism, there is a Shiva and Shakti. So this is awareness and love, pure love, Shakti. It's a power, like divine feminine power and divine masculine power is Shiva. So that's how it's created. Everything is created out of that. So if you go to the energy, original, primordial energy which created the universe, then you will ultimately get love and light. So that means we wanted to reach to that state, then you have to fully experience these two aspects, love and light. Like you have to fully experience the pure love, what we are made of, and your awareness level should go high. It will match with the universal consciousness. That's how you reach to the, to the highest level possible domain. Okay, now let us go into that personal level. Okay, what is cellular vibrancy or PEVF? So, to understand PEVF, what is the full form of PEVF? PEVF means it is personal energetic vibrational frequency. Yeah, that is unique for each individual every moment. Okay, so means it is at given point of time that it is individually what is the unique vibration you hold, that is your PEVF. Yeah, it fluctuates according to our thoughts, emotions, and attitudes. Yeah, so it is not same for everyone. It is unique for each one of us. Also, it varies with time. So same person, different time can have different kind of vibrational frequency. So it is like so this PEVF, every person has, vibrate certain frequency. That is the personal that I said. So any disturbance in the field created unbalance through dissonance. So then our frequency goes down. And then anything like it can be some sound, it can be some energy, received spiritual energy, maybe from master or from spiritual source. And then we go to a resonance of that, then our frequency increases. So now this particular thing, this PEVF, as we say, it is unique for each one of us. And this particular thing varies with time, it varies with our mental state, varies with basically emotion. So something like that. And you may recall that at the time of initiation into Kriya, I recommend normally you practice 108 stomach breathing. I think there is a video I normally forward. So what it does is it helps you to increase your cellular vibrancy, and which is PEVF. Wherever, from where to where will come later on. First, wherever you are, it will help you to increase. Like vibrancy. Like if you take a kettle full of water and you just put it onto the burner, the heat of that particular water will increase, no matter where it was. If it is earlier is a 20 degrees Celsius, it will to 30, then 40, and so on. Suppose it is already at 50, then it will from 50 it will start in 60, 70, and so on. Wherever you are standing, it doesn't matter. This process is about to helping you to increase your cellular vibrancy. So that is or increasing PEVF. Now, when we talk about increase, decrease, and positive, negative, we need certain kind of reference frame, or it is an indicator scale or model. So we'll now a little bit talk about that. It is Dr. David Hawkins. He has done like a research on all this, like a PEVF, this model. And basically his research was mapping of consciousness, how we evolve into the consciousness. And through that, the vibration is called the fundamental, like each and every thing. And he has given a scale of that. Just excuse me. All right. So then Dr. David Hawkins has developed one frequency model. We follow that model for understanding, because we need to have some kind of reference while we discussion higher, lower, and what does it mean and what are the characteristics. That model, we just little bit, we updated for our own understanding. I posted into the group along with this, into while announcing this. So you can see that, or maybe I can also share that into the screen. You can see my screen. Can just anybody give thumbs up? Okay. So now here, if you see that in the slide, and there is one horizontal line. Okay. So that is called neutrality, 250. These are all hertz. Actually, these are all logarithmic scale. But anyway, you just understand it is hertz. 250 is neutrality, and neutrality means 0. Yeah. Anything below 250 value is the negative. That is negativity. Anything above 250 is a positivity. So in the physical dimension, when it is the cone-like structure, solid cone, what is developed by Dr. David Hawkins, that lowermost point is called the alpha point. On the higher side is called omega. Alpha point is actually the theoretical point. It never be 0. Actual 0 is not possible. Like a 0 degree Kelvin, like absolute 0 temperature, physically it is not possible to arrive. Theoretically, yes, but not practically possible. Same here. So this kind of vibration, 0 vibration is not possible. Okay. As we said earlier, that the vibration can go to the infinite. It can be fractional, like 1 upon 10, 1 upon 100, 1 upon 1000, and so on and so forth. Very, 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 very small, but not zero. Same, it will go other side towards infinite. Similar way, you can understand this. Alpha point is a 0 point, which is practically not possible. For the cone, understanding of the cone point of things, it has been mentioned as alpha point. It's a theoretical point, which is a starting point of the cone. That's all. Anyway, if you see below 250, there are many things written there. The lowermost is the shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, stubbornness, thing like that. So if you see the arrow right hand side, it says a contracted. I mentioned earlier that if you go to the lower vibration, more and more it will be heavy and will contracted. Whereas if you can exceed 250, 250 is neutrality, zero, reference. If you go above, more you go higher than that, then it is your positive characteristics. You will feel positive. Say 310 willingness, 350 acceptance, 400 reason or logic or this kind of things. If somebody is like a very, very highly intellectual and maybe scientist or something like that, they can go even up to 499. Their reason, the logics are very, very strong. Okay. But here there is a transformation point. The moment why 499? The moment you land in 500, then it goes into the experience of pure love. You go to territory of feeling. It's no longer going into this logical domain. It is beyond logic. So that's why 500 above is called love and above frequency. And your spiritual journey starts from there. That's why your spiritual journey cannot be experienced, achieved by logical way, by logically understanding something and thing like that. It can only be felt directly, pure experience. And those are all love and above vibration. All spiritual experience and that in nature. It is not something, which can be just created externally and give it to you. It's not possible. It can be felt. So you just experience or cannot experience, that's all. But to experience it, you need to vibrate more than 500 hertz. Then only you will be able to experience. It is possible there are many, many people in this world that never experience anything spiritual in nature. It's possible. Forget about pure love and all those kind of things. Nothing, the divine has been experienced because their cellular vibrancy or PEVF never exceeded 499 or maybe 400 or may not be beyond 300. Yeah, that's how they can experience something which is beyond their bandwidth. It's not possible. We discussed earlier about the bandwidth and the domain and things like that. Anyway, so if you come to this model, and then it is a cone-like thing, it is expansion is happening, and 700 is enlightenment. Yeah, so the enlightened being, in the human body, the enlightened ones, they vibrate more than 700. Now we can say that this enlightened experience, so to experience that, do you need to get enlightened, so-called? Not necessarily. You can have a temporary visit to that level. Even I go to that extent when you do the like a 6-step Nirmal Dhyan, sixth step, you feel the expanded awareness state, that is 700 plus. Okay, the vibration, your own vibration, 700 plus. Step by step, you have to, when you are guided to reach there. So whatever that time you experience, expanded awareness, so that is the enlightenment experience. Yeah. That is the experience of same as what your soul experiences. Yeah. Soul is always in the purity, in higher dimensions, higher vibrations. So anyway, you reach there by that. So if anybody can go there, then what is the difference between the enlightened people and, the seekers? The difference is that you can go to that level temporarily. But when that particular thing is over, the session is over, slowly vibration come down to your natural vibration. We are natural PEVF. All of us, we have our unique natural PEVF. Suppose if somebody's natural PEVF is 350, even though they experience something above 700, but after the session is over, slowly, it has come down to 350. This temporary experience of enlightenment is called Satori. Satori experience. Satori experience can be given by any meditation, guided meditation. It can be given by any master. They can impart that, so if master gives some Shaktipat or Holy Hug or this kind of things, or you just simply come into the field of a master, you will get there. You will feel different. But only thing is, it is not your own. It is induced from that master. And also, this is possible by using, there are different vibration, like a healing pipes or bowl or gong or thing like that. There are certain, frequency, sound. If you listen to that sound, if your body is experiencing that vibration, you can go up more than 700. That's possible. There are many ways it's possible. So to go to that. So now, what is the fundamental difference between the normal seeker and enlightened person? Enlightened person can always maintain their vibration above 700, always, 24/7. That's why they call enlightened people. Others, they can reach there, but slowly they come back again to their normal PEVF. So that is called Satori. That is a temporary experience of enlightenment. But to have the permanent, to be permanently enlightened, it is called sustained enlightenment. For that, you have to operate all the time. It is more than 700. Yeah. So that is the understanding of this. Okay, let me stop sharing. Go to the next point. Okay, so the next point is about indicator scale of PEVF model that I discussed. And now let us discuss about symptoms of low PEVF. So most people, they ask questions that how do you know that my PEVF has gone down? Yeah. So now I'll explain few things about what are the symptoms of the low PEVF. Then you can correlate. If you have that kind of symptoms, it is like reflecting the low PEVF. So what are those symptoms of low PEVF? Is feeling low and lethargic. So in the morning, maybe after sleep also you feel low and lethargic. So then disturbed sleep, then chronic illness. Some illness is never, curing, it's continuing. You're taking medicine, etc., but still it is taking prolonged, very, very long. Then the people having symptoms of low PEVF, having their accident prone, and then when accident happens, the multiple injuries happen. Means very, abnormally frequent it happens. Like every month or everything, something or other, some accident happening, and they're getting hurt multiple times. So then in excessive dandruff in the hair also, they are not proper, and there is dandruff and other scale formation, wax formation, etc. on the head happens. They basically block the crown chakra. Okay, now then also in the financially, they are very prone to debt and experiencing insecurity and losing money. This is their pattern, and being fearful of EMI and loan repayment. And then another thing is about dysfunctional relationships. So these are the the symptoms of low PEVF. It is not an exhaustive list. I just given a few examples for you to understand that what are the symptoms. It happens that if those things happen, then maybe because of that. Now let us come to certain things that some kind of what reduces our PEVF. So what kind of things which lowers down our PEVF? Suppose we are operating in 350, from 350 to 300, or maybe it can go in 200 by neutrality. So what can cause this kind of reduction? So what reduces our PEVF is a victim mentality. Like replace, like I'm just mentioning how to come out of that. So what reduces is opposite side of that. Like to reverse that, you have to replace it with a victor mentality, not victim. Means you feel that you are in control of your life, not the victim. Next one, reduces PEVF is a comparison. Somebody, they are all well, I'm down, I'm no good, and all those kind of things. This comparison kind of mentality, you have to come out of that. Victim mentality, comparison with others, this attitude needs to be dropped. Rather than you have to, from there, you have to come out to a level or you have to enjoy your uniqueness. Yes, you are not 100% in all the areas of life. Yes, you are unique. But they are sure there are something which you are good at, and you can enjoy those, and some of them not so good at, you can learn and things like that. So nothing wrong in be less in some respect from somebody else in some areas. That's normal. Huh? So accept what is. So that is no comparison. Next, reduces our PEVF is judgmental attitude. So whether to judge somebody else and judge a situation, say it is a negative situation or an office or a family, and no need to judge that good, bad, ugly, whatever. No need to judge. No need to give the level. Now, from there, what have to come out of that judgment is appreciate that whatever the combination, whatever the things life offers, appreciate that and make best out of it. It says that life offers you a lemon. Don't complain. Make a lemonade and enjoy the drink. That's all. So okay. All right. So then also we need to, what reduces that criticizing, complaining, condemning, grumbling. If we are habituated of these things, it reduces our PEVF. So what to do? You need to consciously not to do these things. You have to avoid doing criticizing, complaining, condemning, grumbling. This kind of things. And also what is the biggest factor which reduces our PEVF? That is fear. The fear of anything. It is the biggest factor which reduces our PEVF. And unfortunately, the world systems, our external world, is controlled by fear. Everything is, humanity is being controlled using fear of punishment, fear of, or even social isolation, or fear of, getting dumped, getting sick, getting, penniless, or whatever. Hundreds of types of fear, they control us, our behaviors. As long as you keep operating with fear, your vibration will go down and down and down, because it is just opposite. In the beginning, I explained. The more fear, it drags our vibration down. It is a symptom of lower vibration. And if you get more fearful, further low, and then further low, and so on. That's how we go into the lower and lower vibrations. And here also I have to, what is the next point? What reduces our PEVF? Just I have explained. Precautions to protect our PEVF. What are the practical steps we can take so that our PEVF does not go down, or at least the rate is much slow, or we can get enough time to correct it and all those things. So precautions, what we can do. Okay, let me tell something. Sometimes it is unintentional, unknowingly we lower our vibration. So we need to take certain precautions so that it does not get down, even by external factors. I will now explain something about that. So precaution first is this vibration rub on each other. That means you can pick it up from somebody. Somebody else is vibrating lower than you, and you are mingling with that person, and you can pick up that person's vibration. So that is called picking up. So it is said that be careful to whom you mingle. Consciously mingle with high PEVF people. High PEVF people who are at least positive people. It's not always possible to meet with somebody who is a spiritual person. Spiritual persons means they have done antakaran suddhi. They have been cleaned in all levels, mental level and emotional level, spiritual level. They are all clean. So they are vibrating much, much high. So, or spiritual master or something. But it is true that all the time you cannot have the access to that. At least you avoid mingling with the negative people, consciously. At least it will not lower your vibration. So, and then if you happen to pick up negativity, consciously remove it. Yeah? So there are many ways to remove the negativity. If you pick up, suppose you've gone some places and something, suppose you are visiting, suppose a hospital or a crematorium and things like that, it is very easy to pick up negativity. You cannot avoid going there. It is your social responsibility to go there. But there are some processes which can help you to get out of, if you have picked up any negativity, negative energy. There are processes. So there are many cleansing processes there. There are cleansing, violet flame cleansing is there. There is a salt water bath is there, and many other methods. So, and even it is a open sunlight. If you go there, it will also help you. There are many methods. Will come little later. But only thing is, be aware that some area, some zone you entered which may have negativity, you can easily pick up that from the environment. Then you have to do certain process to cleanse yourself. Otherwise, it will reduce your vibration. So I'm talking all about the precautions what you can take or corrective measures you can do. Okay. And next is about do not entertain life negative philosophy in your thoughts. Okay. It's all bad world and everybody is selfish, and maybe there is some truth in it, but no need to believe in that. No need to live in that. And also don't believe in doomsday philosophy, that world will end and something, everybody will be killed and things like that. And whatever, it's the end of, everybody will die, end of Kali Yuga or whatever. The Bible says that it is dark days are coming, and all these are doomsday prophecies. Don't believe in that. Huh? If you entertain those kind of things, you will forget about what is happened. If it is happened, it will happen. But you get the negativity unnecessarily. And you unintentionally, you will lower your vibration. You can remember I shared that comic strip, that one dog is sitting and his friend, one boy is sitting. So that but the boy is saying, I'm very sad that one day I will die. The dog is saying that, yes, but before that, 1,000 others day we live, So that is the way to look at the positive side of it. Yes, we'll die, one day we'll die. But before that, thousands of days will not die. So at least you enjoy that. So that is the life positive approach. So that you have to inculcate. Even unknowingly, unconsciously, you are entertaining this kind of doomsday philosophy. You have to come out of it. Yeah. Basically, you don't know. You don't know the truth. Yeah. So, and I'm not saying here that, okay, spiritual masters will take care and all those things. Those are, no need to give that kind of, those are not, should not be taken as the means to be positive. You have to inherently appreciate whatever you have, as long as it's okay. If one day I have to die, I'll die. That kind of approach, so that you can come out of it. Not that you keep asking others who can see the future, when the earth will be destroyed. Is it next year? Is it after 10 years? And how long we'll live? And how long the war will continue, if the bomb will fall on our head. And this is the negative approach. Okay. This particular thing, this is the precaution you have to take. Consciously don't entertain this kind of, thinking, a belief system. That is not good for your vibration. Okay. So next is about that, that is a life negative philosophy. Then also you consciously increase your PEVF. I was mentioning about 108 stomach breathing. If you just do it as a ritual, not for any specific purpose, not keeping your vibration, how much I achieved, and forget about that. Yeah. Milestone achievement is a typical management tool we have learned from the external educational system. It's not necessary as long as, so if you practice, what will happen if you fall down sometime because of certain situations you cannot control, maybe other people or some other negativity or what you listen in the news. If you open the news, it is full of negativity. Yeah? All the negative thing they publish. Anyway, from where you picked up doesn't matter. So if you do this practice, then it will help you to at least to meet up that lost PEVF. Whatever negative shift happened, it will bring you back to your original one. And slowly, you will be able to go higher and higher vibrations. Yeah. Okay. Also, there is something it's called negativity attack or psychic attack. Let me also tell you about something about that. So, some people say that I suddenly got attack of negativity and I'm normally fine, good, I don't think negative, but suddenly something happens, something triggers in the external thing. I got a phone call and feel very depressed, and I feel so low and all this down and all these things, it continued for several days. And or I saw a bad dream, or I had a fight with somebody in office, and whatever the reason, doesn't matter. Yeah. If you had this kind of, if you have experience of this kind of, this is called negative attacks. Yeah. So the question is, why negative attack happens on people? Answer is very simple. You have low PEVF. That's why you are prone to negative attack. If you raise your vibration high, then small things will not affect you. To explain that, we give an analogy of a mountain river. If the mountain river, the flow is water is too small and slowly flowing, then few stones can stop the flow of the river. But the same water, if it is higher quantity, comes with the force, it can move away the boulders even. Forget about small stones. Move away boulder and makes its pathway. This is the difference between the low vibration and high vibration. If somebody has been low vibration, like in this case analogy, this is the amount of water and their force. If it is a low, and small stone can stop it. Same here. But if it comes with the force, like your high PEVF, same river, it can make its way and go. There's other small stones, they don't have a power to stop it. Something like that. And also, it is what really happens during these negativity attacks. Actually, what happens is, if this attack happens, it suddenly drops your vibration to very low level. Suppose you are operating at, say, 300. Yeah? Suddenly, during the hit, it will go down to 20 to 100 hertz, the lowest range of the vibration in this scale model. This frequency, 20 to 100 hertz, are also known as DID frequencies. DID means down in dumps. Okay, frequency. So what really happens once suddenly your frequency drop to DID frequencies, then first symptoms, one experience is withdrawal. It withdraws from the world. And such a person may cut off communication completely, or may make aggressive comments on others, start abusing others and become very aggressive in nature and things like that. Yeah. This sudden change of behavior happens because their own vibration, PEVF, has suddenly dropped into the DID frequencies. So this is what it happens if negativity attack happens. Okay. And if something is happening very common, like if negativity attack happens frequently to someone, what does that indicate? it indicates that person is having very, egoistic attitude, high in ego, superiority complex. That's why it is hard so easily. So ego is a main culprit here, and ego is basically don't try to be, like a lower than anyone else, and that is the primary reason for them to suddenly drop into DID frequencies. Yeah, so that is the reason. All right, so those are the points about what we discuss about precautions to protect our PEVF. So now, what we can do? What are the corrections we can do to increase our PEVF? Now let us explain the other way around. Whether we have the negative attacks or not, but what are the things we can do? Practically, we can do attitudinal corrections. We can do the behavioral corrections. We can do to increase our PEVF. We understand what reduces it, but now let us understand what can increase it. Okay, so now certain attitude, or you can say the positive attitude, positive, what is called the positive reinstatement or positivity infusion, whatever name you call it. Yeah, it is a dose of positivity. Okay, so what are those which can boost your PEVF? Some of them are very, general attitude, and some of them are little spiritual in nature, but I will, mention one by one all of them. Okay, first is attitude of continuous learning and implementation. Okay, in learning, we should be open to learning and implement them. Only learning without implementation is useless, as we have not learned anything. If some people think they need not to learn anything, or they know it all, they are that is called a blind. They're very egoistic and very high blind spot. They are the people who most suffer because of this negative attacks and other things. So our attitude should be open to learning. Everything, every moment, living moment in our life has an opportunity to learn something. Learn something positive. There are many, many things to learn. We don't know about anything. It does not mean they don't exist. So at least we have to make ourselves open for learning. Most of the people, even unknowingly, they suffer in life because they are not open to learn anything. And even though somebody learned, they're smart people, they learn, they understand, but they don't implement. So when the situation comes, they go back to an old pattern. They don't implement what they have learned. That is also useless. Right? Yeah. So they also suffer because of non-implementation, not knowing. Anyway, so we have to make sure we are in the category who are open to learning. Knowing everything is not possible. Nobody knows everything. Also, we need to accept the fact that nobody learned everything. Nobody knows everything from birth. No matter what they are, highly intellectual people or highly spiritual people or the masters, and everybody has learned something during their life process. That's why they know whatever they know, whatever way it is. Okay. So it is fact that from birth, everything is not to those people. So they have put an effort to know, So at least you give that effort to know that, So means it is, are you open to new things, or are you open to learning? You have to make sure you are truly open to learning. Otherwise, maybe subconsciously you are blocking. Then no change will happen in your life. To have the changes, obviously you have to learn something new and implement it. If you don't, learn anything new, don't implement those things, then you will get back the same result what you are used to get in, last 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Okay. Whatever your previous lifetimes are, this life, previous years are, it will be repeated. So I'm not getting results. Many people complain. They say, yes, but you are not open to, new knowledge. And even if you know, have not implemented it. And nobody else from outside can find it out except yourself. So this is a self-improvement study you have to do. Only at least you have to open for education, not the bookish education. It is from the proper truth to understand the truth. If you're not open to things and if you're high in ego, then it is impossible to make the changes in your life. And worst part of thing is, if there opportunity coming to learn something new, not only you don't learn, you have an attitude of counter and fights. We say that we don't need anything, we don't want any lecture, we don't want to know anything from you. Okay, people will go back. Nobody has taken their, they signed a contract to make you educated. So they will go away, fine, but you will not learn anything. And another attitude also you have to inculcate in this regard. You always, as I mentioned, nobody knows everything from the beginning, by birth. Everything is learned, different processes, life experiences, read somewhere and whatever it is. Yeah, try it their own way, experiment in their own way. All are good. That's all fine. At least you ask question. There is no shame in asking questions. What we call it. Many people, they don't ask questions, think that if they ask the question, other will think that they don't know about it. Maybe the others know, you don't know. Maybe that is true, it's okay. But question is, how does it matter what others are thinking? What I say is, if you don't ask, you will remain fool for rest of your life. Fool means ignorant, rest of your life. But if you ask, then maybe today you look like a fool, assuming that your assumptions are correct. Others are thinking you are a fool, but that is for only one day. Once you come to know from any source or master, then rest of your life you know it. So to be fool is for one day, rest of the period of your life you are aware. You know. Okay. All right. Let me go to the next point. Okay, next is be positive, be with positive people and stay away from negative people. That we already discussed about. We pick up negativity from others and all those things. Then be positive in approach with others. Don't unnecessarily assume the other party is your enemy and you have to win this battle of interaction, or you are smarter than the others, and no need. Okay, so be positive in approach. Suppose after interaction you don't like that person, slowly you conclude and move on. That's okay. But no need to, like suspicious mind, we have to interact with all those kind of, no need. Be positive, reflect yourself. Doesn't matter what the other party is. Yeah. Then give and receive gracefully. Okay. While giving, don't, कोई भी कुछ देता है ना, sometimes इतना जता के देता है कि I'm doing a favor to you. That is not a very good thing from your PEVF point of view. When you give like you have infinite source. When you receive something, some people, they can give, but they cannot receive. They feel that they are getting insulted, that, how can I take things from the other person? No. You also need to learn how to receive it gracefully. Creating too much of thing, I don't need this, or all those kind of things. Or if somebody is giving some gift, you are criticizing the gift or return the gift, or all those kind of things. That means you don't learn how to receive gracefully. It is also, I'm not saying only money. It can be somebody has given you some service, somebody has given you some knowledge, somebody is giving their time, somebody is giving their advice and all. Receive gracefully. No need to criticize, no need to stop it, no need to run away from it. Okay, that will help you to increase your PEVF. Yeah. Forget about what other quality of the other person who is giving. Yeah, does not matter. Yeah. It is your quality that makes you to receive. Next is become aware of your voice tone. Yeah. Many people, particularly in the relationship front, many relationship got spoiled because our tonal quality, voice quality. There is something called the communication pyramid. Okay. top, I think 7% is what words we say. The next layer is what is the tone of your voice. And content is only 7%. Maybe then, other maybe something 25% or something is tonal quality. And then next, about the 50% part is about your gesture, like what your body language and things like that. So basically the content is very small. Your tonal quality is quite important. Not as big as your body language, but at least the tonal quality. Particularly if somebody does not see you, suppose you are talking in a telephone call, then you have to make doubly triply sure that your voice quality, the tonal, the way you are throwing the words does not go their offensive way. Because whole thing doesn't matter what you say. Maybe you have to deliver a bad news to somebody, but making it very polite and lighter way so that it does not get hurt. Some in the office somebody is firing, so if we can say you are fired, no need to come tomorrow. So why you are paying all this kind of, use a bad foul language. At the same time that unfortunately there is some policy change and we let you go and these things be in touch and good wishes, all the best for your next time. These two both cases the person is being fired, but the second thing they feel offended. And the first part they may not feel offended. Maybe they understand that yes, something I have to accept. There is no other way. It is a decision, company decision, and thing like that. But anyway, how you deliver that makes the difference. So we have to be very careful about our own voice quality. How do we know our voice qualities are insulting or appreciating or good? I'm not saying you have to pamper and be sorry or please forgive. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the quality. It should be very warm. It should be very conducive voice, so that they can give attention and they don't feel offended in the way. Because if you unknowingly, if the voice is harsh, then what happens is other party's ego comes in the front. So rather than listening to you, their ego first like to defend themselves. Don't expect others are saints or spiritual masters. So they don't know. First thing their ego come and the ego try to fight with you. Sometimes you will see that suddenly the reaction, some unexpected reaction. You didn't expect that. Why that person is behaving that way? Rather than criticizing that person, pointing finger at that person, just take a moment to reflect back. So am I conveying the message properly or not? Okay, maybe my tonal quality is not good. That's why the person make it offended. If somebody is offended, they cut the communication channel energetically. Then it is impossible to convey any message. Anyway, so that is about that your voice tone. Then removing mental and emotional clutter. That is about if you have an image, predefined image or emotion, like. So don't look at it in your emotional state, everything in life. So if you have something, take a time off, come out of that, and then look at it, whatever you need to do. Then come out of comfort zone. Sometimes there is nothing wrong, but we are so comfortable into one zone, we cannot, we don't take any chances to go out of it. And that is maybe the reason that no improvement also happening. Normally, I give that example of climbing stairs. Like you put one foot on third step, next on fourth. You have to release the third step and shift it to fifth. And then release fourth, place that leg onto the sixth. And that's how we climb up. But if you are too comfort, one leg is in third, another is on the fourth, and you are you are a stable position, so you don't want to remove any leg. Exactly the similar situation we do it in life. We are so feel comfort into our comfort zone that we don't want to take anything beyond it. And that's why improvement does not happen. We remain stuck there. All right. Next is about come out of old belief system. We have a lot of belief system developed about, childhood conditioning, educational conditioning, family conditioning, social conditioning, religious conditioning, political conditioning, and many conditioning. And they form our belief system. So if we still remain in our old belief system, any improvement in your life is not possible. It will give you the same result again and again, whatever earlier, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years back, it was given. Same result will be repeated because you have not changed your attitude or belief system. All right. So what we are discussing about the attitudinal corrections to increase PEVF. I'm just reminding you, already we discussed so many points. Now others are what? Like attitude of gratitude. That is a spiritual quality. Attitude of gratitude, it increases PEVF at the highest level. If you live in attitude of gratitude, it is the best thing to highest level of vibrational PEVF you can have at your own level. That if you truly follow attitude of you're grateful for everything what you are getting in life, then be in the flow. Don't try to fight everything what is coming or life is offering to you, even if you don't like it. Try to adjust with it and see, accept it, and then see how much. So go with the flow. And everything changes. If something is a bad patch in your life, that will also go. Some good time is coming, enjoy that, but at the same time, don't expect that good time will persist for a long. It will also change. So be with the flow, be flexible. Okay, so then breath awareness. So if you just follow your breath, called Vairav Mudra, if you just be aware of your breath, it instantly changes your vibration, goes higher. All the masters, they maintain their high vibration just by breath awareness. Okay, so this is also another spiritual tool you can use. And then another thing is enjoy doing things that, what you love to do, that increases your frequency. Means if whatever things you love to do, then naturally while doing this, you enjoy. And that kind of enjoyment will be increasing your frequency. Okay, then is the strong intent of rising and maintaining high vibration. So you need to consciously choose to vibrate high. Like not necessarily jo ho raha hai dekha jayega and something. That kind of casual approach will not take you there. You should have an intent of I want that higher vibration. I wanted to live the fullest extent, energetic level. ठीक है, चलता है, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. That approach, the attitude will not make you, increase your PEVF. Yeah. Then the last point here, but it is very important, congruency in your thoughts, words, and deeds. So that congruency, that is important from the spiritual perspective. It is called spiritual character. So whatever you are thinking, same thing you are saying and same thing you are doing. If there is a mismatch, it will reduce your vibration. Whereas it is, if you are congruent, all three are in unison, in harmony, then your PEVF goes high. All right. So this is about that point of attitudinal corrections to increase PEVF. Now let us talk about the last point here. Spiritual processes to increase and sustain high PEVF. So to increase and sustain both. Okay. Even though I have written spiritual processes, but let me start with few normal processes, day-to-day processes, and then slowly I give few of the things which is a spiritual in nature. So basically, which are the process, which are the activities we can do to increase our PEVF and help us to sustain there? Means it should not drop. Which are those activities? Those activities are First of all, doing charity, dan, selfless service. If you do, like it will give you the joy of giving, unconditional giving, donation, yeah, or any service. Not necessarily all the time it's money. It is your service, charity, or so masters are telling me now, not only charity to anyone, even if you do some, like a spiritual, somebody's spiritual event is going on. If you do service there to make that spiritual thing happen, to contribute whatever way you can, then also you increase your PEVF. Okay, next is playing with children. Yeah, the children are very innocent. If you play with the children, that increases and may help you to sustain the PEVF. Even the physical exercise, movement of your body, the physical exercise also can help you to increase and sustain PEVF. Because what happens is, if you do the physical exercise, that body cells cannot accumulate toxins. Yeah? So that way it gets released. And the more toxins get released, you will be automatically feel lighter and vibrate higher. Then sound healing, sound vibrations, or, like not all the sound, some of them cacophony. Like there are, if there is somebody who knows that with vibration, which can, take you higher PEVF, but divine in nature, if you listen to those vibrations, you'll be able to increase and sustain your PEVF there. Then some simple thing, laughter, like if you open-heartedly, you can laugh. So maybe you listen to some comedy, or somebody is making a joke, or you can laugh. Even if you can laugh at your, say, misfortune, say, if you can, then that misfortune also cannot touch you. They cannot lower your PEVF. Yeah? You can just, that laughter. But only thing, it has to be no harm to anything or anyone. Not laugh, not at the cost of someone or something. It should be pure. And I mentioned to you about that in 2012, I attended World Parliament on Spirituality in Hyderabad. And many masters came from spiritual masters came from all over the world. And some master came, is a laughter yogi. So I mentioned earlier. So through laughter, one can also elevate spiritually. Anyway, because when we laugh loudly, then our thinking stops. And that is the way to connect to the higher dimension or your soul level. So that is a good thing. Okay, what is the other one? Nature walk. If you are in touch with nature, and that also, increases and sustain your vibration. And also there is if you go and just nature walk means, if you many of the time, some of you may be feeling disturbed, this, that, and all. I recommend you barefoot, you walk on the grass. This is basically to connect with the Mother Earth. So, and this thing, if you barefoot, if you walk on the grass, basically you are in touch with Mother Earth, direct contact. The way it works is, if you are disturbed, means negativity, something negativity, and it is affecting you. So when we walk barefoot on a grass, or you maybe you walking in a jungle or any nature, or you're trekking in a mountain or whatever, nature walk, then you get grounded. Grounded means at least whatever the negative part will go away. The negative vibrations which you get affected will go away, and that itself is a healing. And then nature is a pure form. They can help you to increase your PEVF, or because of clear oxygen and all those kind of things. And with the Mother Earth vibration, you are getting induced into, and that enhances your vibration. So this is also another way very good way to heal yourself if you are in a bad patch or something. That is also, or in the negative attack particularly, nature walk is very, very highly recommended. Okay. All right. Next process is now slowly I will go into some of the spiritual processes which can help you to increase and sustain PEVF. Chanting Om. Om chanting, if you do, suppose in a day you continuously do Om chanting for 5 minutes, it raises your vibration. And if you do it regularly, you'll be able to sustain PEVF. And then any kind of fire ceremony, havan, or fire kriya, if you participate in that, it increases your PEVF. Sun gazing. Okay. Sun gazing also another way to increase your PEVF and sustain it. It is also named as sun yoga. In this, our camp, Guru Purnima camp, I have kept one session. I think the morning after Guru Purnima night, that morning, I will teach you about the sun yoga, how to do it. So, how to connect with the sun and getting energy directly from the sun. That is sun yoga. But if you do that, that also increases your vibration. You maintain it a high PEVF. Okay, all right. So next is next three steps are that we normally do, but I'll mention that. First one is a 108 stomach breathing. I explained earlier, if you practice at early morning, 108 stomach breathing, it will increase your PEVF, and if you do it regularly, it will help you to sustain there. Then 49 healing breath kriya, or like our Nirmal kriya, what we do, Panch Mahaprana and 7 rounds of kriya in each. So that helps. Nirmal kriya can help increase sustain PEVF. And finally, the 6-step Nirmal Dhyan that we practice, that also help us to increase and sustain our PEVF. So these are all like a processes to increase and sustain our PEVF. Okay, I think with that we'll conclude our this today's session. Now, means if there is any question, you can raise your hand, then I will ask me the question. Meanwhile, let me save the attendance. All right, I saved the attendance. So if there is no further question. Yes, Taposh, go ahead. Monali, I'll come back to you.
This is the cone what you showed us. That is a general, showing all the frequencies. But how do I know at what frequency I am at a particular moment?
See, basically what we do, we call thought journaling. Okay. Suppose we sit down, thought journaling is, you sit down for half an hour. Okay. And maybe we have to, the idea is every 2 minutes, you put some kind of alarm, which is give a ting every 2 minutes. So it is an exercise that you have to just see, because there are a lot of thoughts coming in your mind. So then you have to write down few words of what current thought in your mind. So after half an hour, you will have 15 sets of such lines. No? Then it is self-exercise. Then you analyze what is the nature of those thoughts. Nature of whether it is a negative in nature, whether it is so-so, or whether it is positive in nature. So you give that marks. Okay. So if it is more or less all neutral overall, then, then you put that as a, suppose positive give +1 and negative -1, if it is neutral, give 0. Then you add them up. If it is going more positive, then you are in a positive territory. And then if it is more negative, you are in negative territory, means it needs improvement. So that is self-journaling exercise we can do to find out. This is one of the way to get it. Okay, but in general, basically what our energy reflected by the thoughts, and the quality of the thoughts is also important. Like it is, said that negative thoughts are, think about others, particularly negative, and almost neutral thought, think about some objects, but the objects of desire, maybe, I need a car, I need a house, and these are objects. These are neutral category. And if the thing is how to help others, how to serve to the society, how you can, do some spiritual practice and all those kind of things, if those are the kind of things, it goes into positive territory. Anything related to others, why he told me like that and all, any kind of thing, like he told me he will come, he didn't come, and you are basically thinking about others. Okay. Okay, so what are the majority type kind of thoughts going on in your mind? That gives you the whether you are in which territory you are. Okay.
Okay, worrying, Rasika, worrying also is a negative thought?
Worrying is also negative thoughts, yes.
Okay.
Okay, now next is Monali.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
I do 108 stomach breathing, Guruji, every day, and Nirmal Kriya. But sometimes I get frustrated or tired. I won't say that these feelings linger for a long time, but sometimes I feel that I'm getting frustrated or tired, mentally tired, not that physically tired.
Yeah.
So how to overcome that, Guruji?
No need to overcome. These are normal. Ups and downs are the normal thing. Okay. Once few days here and there, it is normal. No need to. It is not a military rule that you have to strictly do it. But the only thing you see that you should be willing to do it. Few days miss here, sometimes you're traveling or some guest has come, you missed it, it doesn't matter. Don't bother too much about those kind of things. Those are exceptional cases. But if those things are not there, suppose you are not feeling like doing it today. The same thing happened tomorrow. And day after also, maybe today also. Then it is repeating. It means now there is some issue. You are not, even if the rest of the things are same, you are finding excuse not to do it. Then you have to be careful. Otherwise, it is okay. Someday, our human being, we are not perfect, and not all the time our mental, physical state are same. So it is okay. Few days you drop it, or you could not do it. You willing to do, but not happen. It's okay. There is no issues there. Just you have to. That reminds me some, Alcoholic Anonymous. They said that we have slipped. We could not follow this kind of thing. They said you keep coming back. That is more important. Slipping out is not the main issue. But if you don't want to come back, in this case, the spiritual path, or the practice, if you don't want to come back, then it is a problem. But you slipped few times, again you came back, start again job, it's okay. No issues. Okay, there's no problem.
So even after doing 108 stomach breathing and Nirmal Kriya, 6-step meditation, if I feel anxiety problem is there, sometimes I'm not telling that every time I'm feeling that. So it's normal. I should not take it very much seriously like that.
See, my job, my advice is that don't judge yourself, even you. Okay, the judgment itself will lower your vibration, not doing it. Okay, stop judging. Next moment, whatever you comes, you start again. Okay. And if you say that, feeling negative and things, and it's normal, sometimes it comes. Okay. But how to see that you are improved? You compare yourself when you are not doing anything. Maybe 10 years back, you compare that time, whatever your life was and what time, and now, then you will see what difference, what changes already happened in your life. Okay, every day you may not realize that you are improving, but if you compare it a few years back, you will be able to understand that yes, some area I'm just changed now. I don't think similar way, or similar situation life comes, I don't react in the similar way. Now I have a trust in the divine. I trust I have that, Babaji, Mataji with me and all those kind of things. If you tell that yourself when you face challenging situation in life, that means it has got improved. Yeah.
Yes, Guruji, gratitude to you, because even if some thought comes like that, in this year I face these things and this kind of problem, I always think about that. What you said, like that you are keeping a food in the fridge for 2 years and now you're smelling it. So
Correct.
always I do that I should not think about those negative days and all that.
Just
Thank
go
you
with the
for
flow.
that.
Go with the flow. Don't expect life to be smooth ride. It never was. It will never will be. Okay. But only thing, you go as best as you can. What my advice is, do your best, and rest you leave it to divine. Ma phale shu kadachan.
Thank you, Guruji.
Okay. God bless you. Okay, Sreshi.
Uh, Yes, Guruji, I also, thanks to Monali ji, she brought up something which I also have similar issues. Sometimes I also experience negative emotions in spite of doing stomach breathing and Nirmal Kriya. And you brought the point of being judgmental, and I often find myself being judgmental because I always feel that I might not be doing something correctly. That's why I'm not improving, or I'm facing this, I'm not able to handle this. So I know you say that we should be non-judgmental, but it feels, for me, it feels that it is almost like a characteristic that I have. And how do how to come out of something like it is so ingrained, being critical about myself. This is one question.
Okay,
And
let me finish this. Yeah. So if you ask me the truth, what is the solution to it, and what is implies? It only implies your surrender is not complete. Okay. You have to you have to implement that. Surrender means everything surrender. What I call is that, the Rajdeep is dead, no longer there. There's no one to feel bad about these things. That is the state of complete surrender. If something happened in this life, that is also belong to Babaji. If something not good is happening, that is also belong to Babaji. I tell Babaji, you are experiencing through me. Who am I to claim it is my experience? Who am I? Okay. So if you feel that you are not meeting up to that standard and all those kind of things, then you remember that that only shows, spiritually speaking, your surrender is not complete. Try to surrender even the bad results also to the divine. Right? All yours. There's nothing mine. The me does not exist. Okay. Then it will give you freedom from all those kind of attached emotions, attached judgment, attached things. You were truly free, liberated from it. Okay. What is your next question?
Next question is basically, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, and I have to do my, I wake up, I get up and then do stomach breathing. But the first thought when I wake up is like, oh my God, it's morning already. I have to get up. That kind of attitude. So sometimes people say, right, that morning shows the day. So if I wake up and have this kind of attitude, doesn't it like, uh, does it impact? Does it impact having this kind of?
See, I will advise you to do certain practice. Yeah. So first of it, when we, earlier, I'm taking what I used to do. I used to put one picture of Babaji and Mataji in a certain place. When I opened my eyes, first thing I saw that. So before any other thought enters, first thing I used to just open our eyes and pranam to Babaji. That I used to do, many years I've done it. So, and then I offer that my thoughts, words and actions for the whole day, I surrender at the feet of Mataji. And that's what, I do. So if you can do it, you will see the quality will change of your day, or at least starting of the day will definitely change. And also there is some Swara Yoga techniques you can use after you get up. So I'm just explaining it to you. It's up to you whether you like to follow it or don't like to follow it. Yeah. So first you do is that you check what is your dominant nostril without opening your eyes. So from the cot, you put that foot first. Means you can sit down and then you put that first on the floor. Okay. Now still don't open your eyes. Then, so then in this posture, okay, so then you put the first foot after touching the Mother Earth, you say that this is the thing, and if you do like a thank you Mother Earth, so that you are in tune with that, and you can pranam to Babaji Mataji before. And so you can thank Mother Earth and Babaji Mataji without opening eyes. Okay, now you bring your hands together. First is the foot, the one, if the left nostril on, left foot first. If right nostril on, right foot first. And pranam to Mother Earth, because you are touching Mother Earth now. Yeah, so with your foot and pranam to Babaji and Mataji. And then what you do is you bring your palms together and you look at your palms now. Now you open your eyes, look at your hands. And then you chant the mantra. Okay. What is the mantra? Karagre basati Lakshmi, Karamadhe Saraswati, Karamule tu Govindam, Prabhatam Karadarshanam. I will write that mantra. Okay. Morning prayer, looking at your hand. Okay. You try that and see if there is any change there. Okay. So this is suggested by the scriptures. It's not mine. I am not developed it. Yeah. Looking at Babaji Mataji's photo, surrender my day, that is my method. But this one is not my method. It's Swara Yoga technique. Okay. That foot first to Mother Earth, and before opening your eyes, look at your hands first. And karagre, top of your fingers. Like suppose this karagre means here. Top.
Can you?
Two little fingers top.
The middle? Yeah. Okay.
Top here. Focus here. It is karagre, basati Lakshmi, karamadhe in the middle where the fingers end there. Karamadhe Saraswati and Karamule at the end, like when the end of these two hands are touching here. Karamule tu Govindam Narayan. Okay. Prabhate Karadarshanam. Okay. So I'll send that, the mantra here in the group. Try that.
Okay.
Basically, we'll keep your mind busy with something so that you don't think about anything unnecessary. Okay.
Okay.
Do that ritual so that your mind will be at least focusing on something positive, something divine.
Okay, Guruji. The thing is, usually my alarm rings and I open my eyes and first turn off the alarm. And then I do follow that nostril and food thing, but rest of the things I can learn. So I'm saying that you asked to keep the eyes closed, but I have to turn off the alarm, for example.
No, if that is the case, then use the Babaji Mataji's as a screensaver on your mobile or the photo next to the mobile.
Yeah, it's
So fraction of a second, look at the photo and then stop the mobile, okay?
okay.
Okay, then you close your eyes and follow rest of the things. And finally you open Karagre Basati Lakshmi, Karamadya Saraswati, Karamule to Govindam, Prabhate Karadarshana. Then you open and look at your hands, okay?
Thank you, Guruji.
All right, okay, God bless you. And who else? Chaitali?
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, pranam.
I have a small question. As you said, we shouldn't judge ourselves. If I don't judge myself, then how I will know, okay, whatever I'm saying or whatever I'm doing the right thing or wrong thing. I will always think myself, okay, I'm the right, I'm doing I'm doing it right.
No need to judge yourself. Whatever you're doing, that is right. Your intention should be right. If intentionally you are not doing anything negative, you are in the right path. No need to feel, am I doing right thing? No confusion. Why no confusion? That doubt comes from our ego. Ego controls us in three different ways. One is this doubt, creating doubt. One is creating fear. And third is logically convince us this is not worth doing. If you are in a doubtful, then that doubt element is injecting by your ego. So basically I'm saying no need to doubt. Whatever you can, coming naturally, everything is divine. Okay. Means I say you have given me body, you have given me intellect, you have given me mind, you have given me all these things. Oh, Ganga Jal mein Ganga Puja kar raha hu, bas aur kuch nahi. Okay, if you come to that level, there is no question comes, then you can change anything and it can be negative or artificial. Whatever normally happening, it is things are, this is all normal. But you have to truly feel that. You should not fake it like. You have to truly say that whatever I don't have any bad intention, I am doing my best with my good intention, and that's enough. After that state, it is right or wrong, it does not matter. It may not be right, it may not be wrong, it can be natural. And that's what takes you there. Not the right thing will take you there. The natural thing will take you there. Clear?
Thank you, Guruji.
All right. Okay. Om Mangalam. All right. Now we'll conclude our session with Shanti Path. Sarvesham swastirbhavatu. Sarvesham shantirbhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om sarve bhavantu sukhino. Sarve santu nirahamaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Mangalam. That completes our session.